Top of the day to you. Thank you so much for tuning in to Golf TV. This is Keep It Simple, and I am Toluwaloke Okewinde. I have with me my colleague and co-host, Kemi Afolabi. Hi, baby.
Hi, it's good to be here.
It's always a pleasure having you. I'm fine. How about you?
I'm loving this, your African queen look.
Thank you.
I think once in a while we need to do without weaves and do without attachments and all of that.
Very
and just
necessary.
flaunt your natural hair.
Especially if you don't like stress. I mean, it's always stressful wearing.
And Lagos is already stressful. In fact, Nigeria is already stressful. You know, right?
I can't
kill myself. You can say
I can't explain the
I can't
feeling.
kill myself. Oh.
I can't explain the feeling of relief that I
know,
have.
right?
I mean, the fresh air
Definitely.
blowing on my head,
Yes,
and I think I can even
relate.
think straight.
Definitely.
So this morning when I was coming to work,
This like you just said now that I can think straight.
just
Next time
maybe.
you make weave. They're going to tell you that. So you're
It's not like you're not
like
thinking
this,
straight, but sometimes you just want to remove every stressor from you. You just want to really, strip yourself of some unnecessary. As at that time, it may be unnecessary to you. That doesn't mean that other times you may have coping mechanism.
Yes,
you may be good,
yes.
but sometimes when you just realize that, you know what, can I just breathe? And I've identified this as a stressor.
Definitely.
So I think that's just the point I am at. This morning when I was about leaving, I was like, hey, goodness. Is this how? I beg. See, let me just call everybody's bluff. That's why I just said, let me just wear something. Truly, everybody tells me, anytime I make this look, like I have this look, they tell me I look like a secondary school student or something. But see, it is just what it is. This is just me. And I'm owning it with my full share. So if you choose to compliment me, thank you. If you choose to yab me, now your own palava. Anyways.
It's nice.
Thank you. But please, sometimes I just get, I like my hair get bigger when I get compliment like this. So don't make this show about me. Don't make the show about me. What has been up with you? How's the weekend? Any gist?
Yeah,
anything
the
you'd
weekend
like
was
to share?
fine for me. I had a good weekend and all. So, but I think what caught my interest was a friend of mine updated on a WhatsApp status. Apparently, she just took the vaccine, the COVID-19 vaccine.
Nice.
So she was talking about the aftermath and how she was feeling and all of that.
How she's responding to
it and all. So they're supposed to take the second dose, I think, after 2 or 3 months, thereabout. And my husband too, who works in the healthcare. If you work in healthcare, it's automatic.
Definitely,
you don't have a choice.
to.
You just have to take the vaccine. And I was trying to compare his own experience to our own experience, and I realized that my husband didn't really react to it, but she was complaining about certain reactions. And it just boiled down to the fact that your body system differs and all of that. So it's just normal for you to react one way or the other. So I guess we should just push the awareness that people can go for the COVID-19 vaccine. As far as we know,
we are at different point of
it
this
is actually
because
safe.
the truth is some people are advocating that
no, I think it's actually
if you
safe.
get the vaccine,
I think it's
that
actually
is the CCC side. That is the different thing. So many propaganda. See, just do what works for you. But yeah, for people that are in healthcare,
you don't have a choice. Yes, I think apart from
and I think it's the level of information we have access to.
Definitely.
That would guide our decision. People need to learn. People need to read. People need to get informed.
Yeah,
you just do away with so many unnecessary.
It's actually safe. I think except for pregnant women, people who are nursing, like nursing mothers, pregnant women, and for children, those are the only ones exempted. Every other person you can register and you can get your vaccine. And according to what I heard, for now it's still free. So now that it's free, I tell you to take advantage of it, because we know this country, very soon, vaccine is not going to be free again.
All right, thanks for that, Kemi. We'll go on a short break. When we return, we'll be delving right into the subject matter, our topic for discuss today. Please stick around. We'll be right back. welcome back from the break. And on today's episode, we are looking at the topic dealing with imposter syndrome. What brought about this topic? Did I ever share with you? Okay, I was apparently listening to an audio, like a podcast.
Okay.
I think last week or something, and the person was talking about imposter syndrome and how she identified that she has it.
Okay.
And it is mainly because of the fact that there is always this distorted feeling that she has about herself.
Okay.
That makes her feel like she doesn't measure up, especially when it comes to her finding herself in some circles. That she feel like, what am I even doing here? I don't belong here. And it kind of affects her productivity. It kind of affects her self-esteem, because there's always that thing in her head that keeps telling her that you're only here by chance. What are you even doing? You don't have anything to offer. You don't own it. You are not competent and all of that. So she said she had to deal with that for many years now, and eventually God has helped her. She came across a therapist that is also a Christian, a believer, and the person, apart from doing the professional work on her, the person also helped her through with our work, our faith work, our relationship with God, and things are better now. I mean, there is a value she places on herself now, that irrespective of where she finds herself, she knows that she has worth and she has something to offer, and it's not a coincidence that she's here at this time. And so I just feel like, oh yeah, there are levels to this thing. So Let me just put it out there. So I think there's a definition to imposter syndrome, and I would like to quickly share what I have penned out here. So basically, imposter syndrome starts with your mind. You are not when you believe that you are not as intelligent as other people perceive you to be, or you are probably not as charismatic or as articulate as they perceive you to be. So I felt like, I think we can share this. We can just share our thoughts on this thing, because I realized that virtually most people, I don't let me say everybody, but most people, I would say, had this kind of thing at one point or the other through their life's journey. And most especially it's surfaces when you find yourself in a work environment or in school, especially where you can interface with other people, like in a social space, and you find yourself in that circle, and you feel like, oh, I don't belong here. So I have had my own share, and I think it's something relatable that people would really identify with. So let's just share what our stories are, what our experiences are, and how we've dealt with this syndrome of a thing. So
definitely. Okay, so I think for me, I can relate to it. Just like you said, a lot of people can relate to that story, and I don't think it's gender specific, though. We have loads of women saying that, oh, I can relate. But I think it's both genders. Yes, men can also suffer from imposter syndrome. Yes. So I think it happened more when I was in school, when I was in university.
Schools.
So yeah.
Work.
I saw a
school
lot
environment.
of it when I was in university. Okay, so when I went to school, I was pretty small, very, very skinny, and I know how people come to school and they're already doing yanga or doing aqua, doing big girl.
Big girl.
I mean, you are still carrying backpack.
Oh my God.
I swear, like throughout my first year in university, I was using backpack. I was that small, something like that. So of course now people won't really recognize.
They won't even take you seriously.
They won't take it exactly.
Like you will not belong to a clique.
Definitely, which clique? I was in a clique of fellow people who carry backpack as well. So throughout my 100 level, I was just there. You know when you're just somewhere and people don't really recognize you, and someone mentions your name and they're like, oh, is she in this department? Oh, okay. Oh, that girl, her face looks familiar. She sits in front. And all those kind of things. So it was like that. I never felt like I really belonged, but I knew where I was where I wanted to be. I wanted to study mass comm, and I knew I wasn't there to just go to class and just be gone. I wanted to be recognized for what I could do and all of that. So 200 level started, and if you study journalism, you know that you have to do a lot of practicals and all. So apart from the whole theoretical aspect, you're doing practicals, you're doing presentations, you're doing TV, you're doing radio, you're doing like virtually everything. And that was when the work started. So teamwork and everything. So one way or the other, I just ended up doing one presentation. And people were looking at me like, are you serious? This girl, she can talk like this.
More to her than we could have
it was so amazing that even my lecturer had to say, come and take 1,000 naira. And then, it's not like then, no, but I think 1,000 naira still made a lot of sense and all of that. So that was how it started. But of course, because of how I started in my first year, there were still a lot of times I felt like, I can't do this thing, or I'm not good enough, or people are better than I am, or things like that. So you still have friends who are telling you that, it was you that did the other one now. You can do this thing now. Why do you feel like... And so your weaknesses are coming to glare, and you're in certain places where they expect you to say certain things because they feel like you're of one intellectual standard, and you find yourself stammering. Like, you can't even say things properly, and it was so embarrassing at a point and all. But I think what helped me was that I never stopped, like one bit. Even when I was very nervous, and even if my legs are shaking and my heart was beating hard, I never ever stopped. So till I finished my university, I eventually became like the best presenter in my set and everything. So I never for once stopped doing it. So I think that a lot of times this syndrome is something you might have to deal with. But you as a person must be determined that you're not going to let it deter you from giving your best and showing that you can actually do this, even if your weaknesses want to come to floor and you feel like, I don't belong here, I don't deserve to be here. Ask yourself, why do you feel you don't deserve to be here? You deserve that and even a lot more. And all. So that was like my own experience with the whole imposter syndrome.
And I like the fact that you've been able, at least to a large extent, you've been able to get a hang of it. Because
definitely.
Even the way you speak now,
come on.
Come on.
So there's hardly any place I go to now and I feel like I don't belong.
And the truth is, I mean, we are all in different stages in our life.
Definitely.
Like we are all on a journey and we are in different levels, different stages. So own your own journey. Own your own story. And don't compare yourself to some people. I mean, it's okay when you have good examples that you want to emulate. When you have, good role models. But the truth is, a lot of time people tend to compare themselves on the same scale with another person, without bearing in mind that there are people of different background, there are people from different, they have different experiences and they have different end goals. So you don't have the same basis on which you should always, compare yourself. And even the Bible says that those that compare themselves to themselves are not even wise.
True.
So truly, you may have that feeling of inadequacy sometimes. But please understand that you are an identity and you are here for a reason. So don't let the fear of, what will this person say? Or how will this person perceive me? Don't let it cripple you from actually doing the work you are here to do.
Sure.
And there is room for growth. There is room for growth. I mean, nobody dropped from heaven. We all learned. When we're talking about etiquette, we're talking about norms, we're talking about culture and all. We all got it. Was when we got here that we learned it. And every space you find yourself, whether workplace, school, there are different etiquette and norms that are set, rules that are set that people in that place abide with, and they all learn it. So please give yourself the room to learn and experiment. Don't let the fear of failure cripple you, because that is one thing. If I do this thing, I would fail. Or
people will make fun of me.
People will make fun of me. See, all of us are first time. We all have our first time. We all have our days of beginning. So please don't let the devil, get a better part of you. And there's that thing about you setting unrealistic standards. Place the emphasis on unrealistic standards for yourself. Have standards, truly. Set goals, set plans, but be realistic in your setting of goals. And people tend to beat themselves to it, like, because I've planned that I'm going to do this or that by certain time and I cannot do it. It just shows that I'm incompetent. It just shows that I have nothing to offer. It just shows that I'm no good. It just shows, see, we are humans. Give room for yourself to make mistakes and correct it. We all will fall and grow up and stand up and keep with the journey. So that's just what it is. But if you are to look at how all these things we've said are actually ways that you can actually help yourself. But much more than that, I would also say that it's good to internalize your your success, when you do something, probably you find yourself in a team, and you guys have been working together, you know, trying to make plans, you put everything together, and eventually the goal came true, like you achieve it. Identify that you played a part in this thing. Yeah, internalize it. So they don't say it because, oh, it's because I was in the same team with Kemi and Nike. Oh, that's why my team was able to.
Successful.
It is because I found myself in that. You played a role. Definitely. Identify that you are as well important. You contributed your own quota to the success of that thing. Without you, it wouldn't have been as successful to that level. So internalize your own success, and also, you know, give accolades to yourself when needs be. It might not even be about teamwork or anything, even personal goals, personal stuff that pertains to only you. If you achieve something, you know, that little milestone that you attain, celebrate yourself. If nobody celebrates you, please celebrate yourself. So people tend to actually value what they value what they don't have and undervalue what they have. Like other things that you see in people, you hype it, you envy it, you really wish you can have it, but you don't. You only see it on other people, and you really appreciate it. You blow the horn. But those little things you have about yourself that nobody is even seeing, why don't you as well, you know, give the same attention to it and just blow your own trumpet? You know, just acknowledge that, oh, I deserve some accolades. So learn to, you know, celebrate yourself. That's just the bottom line. You know, that little milestones you achieve per day, per week, per month. It's, you know, it's little drop that make that make a bucket full. So little things like that is what will make up a complete you, you know, in the long run. So do that always, and you find yourself that, oh, you're actually getting better, you know, as the day goes by, and you are able to get a hang of the oh, I don't belong here, or oh, no, I don't deserve to be here, or something. Yeah, it is for me.
Okay, so in addition to things you said, so further ways to deal with imposter syndrome. Right? So here I have number 1, break the silence. So a lot of times, you know, shame won't let us admit to things. You know, you feel like, if I admit to this particular thing
that I don't know it, they'll make a fun of me.
You know, things like that. So be able to, I don't know, just like you said, owning up to the fact that you can't know everything, and you probably don't know everything. You know, whether people will make fun of you or not. I think people making fun of each other is like a norm.
See, even in this social media age, everything not come to cruise.
Exactly.
See, it might even be that little mistake of yours that make you popular, that will make you go viral.
You know, right? So definitely. So I don't know, just break the silence. Be able to communicate whatever thing you feel like is holding you back, and don't feel like people are going to make fun of it. So just break the silence. Then another thing, separate feelings from facts. You know the facts about yourself, and you know what you feel about yourself. This can be two different things. Okay, the fact is I'm a good communicator, but at times that I I don't feel like I might be able to communicate what I want to communicate. It doesn't take away from the fact that I'm a good communicator. So let that fact remain that I can do this thing really well, but there are times that I will make mistakes. With the fact that I'm a good communicator, I might say a particular statement and it comes out wrong. You understand what I'm saying? The grammar is wrong, but it doesn't take the fact that I'm a good communicator. So at that time, I might feel like, Kemi Oti Tabon. You understand?
Laugh it up.
Even with that, I can still say, if it's in the dictionary, you can just say anything to lighten up the situation. You don't have to be so cacked up and all of that. Then another one here is, actually have lots here, so I'm trying to say just few of them because of our time. Then last one I'll just mention is develop a healthy response to failure and mistake making. See, this is very important. Develop a very healthy response. You will make mistakes though. You will fail. When you fail, you've just learned another way not to do something. That is what it means. So you're going to make mistakes. You're going to fall. The Bible says a righteous man falls 7 times. But each time, he picks himself up and keeps moving. That's the interesting thing about Christianity. You don't sleep or fall down and lie down there and you keep blaming yourself, blaming your country, blaming your family. Or if I had been born in the family of Otedola, for example, I won't be here. I'll be somewhere else, skinny cocky. There's nothing you can do about that. You understand? So mistakes, maybe from your parents, from yourself, failures that have been made in your generation, you need to look past all of those things and move on with your life. So those are some of the ways you can deal with
so
imposter
profound.
syndrome.
you mentioned something about you not keeping quiet.
Definitely.
Speaking up when you need to. I would also relate that to you asking questions or seeking help when you need to. True. Because of imposter syndrome, some persons may not even admit that they need help.
True.
Because they feel like, oh, I don't want to bother. It will just show that I don't have anything upstairs after all. It will just show to them that no, I'm very vulnerable. So because of that, I wouldn't rather ask for help. And you're dying on the spot. So people should learn the habit of requesting for help, asking for help when the need arises. Don't overstock yourself with work, unnecessary work. Speak up, ask for help. It is the you who asks for help that help will come through for.
Definitely.
So when you need assistance, irrespective, just have God will help you to identify those that can help you at that time, because truly some persons may just be irresponsible and want to take advantage of that. But please identify people that are people of worth and value that can come true for you. True. And closely related to that is still ask people what they think of you. Like ask them what they call it, appraisal or whatever it is. Just ask people what they think of your work or what they think of review. One like review or appraiser. So, Kemi, I've been on this project for a while that you are aware of. How do you think I'm faring? What would you expect that I do better or something? Be open, to criticism. Don't be too guarded that, I don't want them to know that I don't know anything or I can't do anything. It is truly because you don't know anything. So please ask for help or ask people to give a review. And surprisingly, you may be amazed at the quality of value you are offering that you don't even know about, that other people see and be like, Kemi, you're actually doing well. Do it this way more, and in fact, the sky is just your starting point. And that alone will even encourage you, because you never had that thing. You never knew you are even offering value. True. But because you ask people for review and they are giving you the feedback, it will spur you on. It will encourage you more. And aside from review, still ask for help when the need arises. And lastly, I would just say that, we all are, especially for us that are Christians, we believe that we have the mind of Christ. We are all created in the image of God, and there is value inherent in us. So whatever it is, it might not even be obvious to everybody that you are playing a significant role. But please just know that you are a person, and that you bring value. You have value in you, and that you can actually help. You can help the society, you can help people around you. True. So when you have that sense of belonging, when you have that sense of hope that, I'm someone, and if they ask me, I can actually do this thing. That will help you. So the truth is, you may not know everything, but you are still important. Definitely. So don't look down on yourself, and you can as well speak to professionals that are, that have been trained to help. There are people that are called psychotherapists. There are so many psychologists. If you need help, speak up. And there is also the place of prayer. I mean, we cannot overemphasize having a solid relationship with God. Because He's the one that sees all and knows all. So there are times you don't feel like, Baba God, are you there at all? I do that in a lot. I'm like, God, see, your baby cannot even sabi anything. I'm waiting the apple now. Like, these are not just going the way I plan. What's happening? And in that place of quietness, I get things. I get something from God, and that would keep me, going. It will keep me on my foot to want to do more. Definitely. So basically, you need to share something with someone. You can as well reach out to us. Our comment section are always open anyway. We would like to know what you think of this topic, and if you need help in whatever way, you can share. If you think you don't have anybody to speak to, yes, our phone lines, our comment section are open. Let us know what it is you're passing through. If you need prayer, we can pray with you. If you need encouragement, we are friends already. I'm not even saying we can be friends. We are friends, virtual friends. So let us know what you think of this topic and your comments as to how people can, undo imposter syndrome moving forward. Thank you so much for, watching this episode, and you can join us on the same station, on the same channel some other time. From me and Kemi, we are wishing you a wonderful time.
Enjoy.
Bye.